my name is Sherry, and this is Cross Potent, a place where magical people meet. And in this video, I would like to discuss the topic of what is magic? What is magical people? What is something magical happening? What does that mean? I've had a lot of subscribers and people watching videos ask these questions, so I'd like to make a video on that topic according to my understanding of what I have learned. So to start out with, I'd like to say that there are 5 or 6 or 7 basic branches of magical working, spell work, ritual, whatever, that I'd like to go over that seem to be the most popular online, on the internet, and in the community around me here in South Florida. We are on the beautiful St. Lucie River, and it's 75 degrees in the middle of December, and what's not to like? So the first thing I'd like to discuss is Thelmic, occult, spell work and spellcraft and invocations and stuff. This is related to things along the idea of secret societies, of the Freemasons, of the Order of the Golden Dawn. If you want to look more into that, you can look up MacGregor Mathers or Aleister Crowley. They have lots of books and information about Thelmic, occult, the whole subject of the Thelmic beliefs and the occult beliefs that go along with that. I'm not going to go into too much of that on this video because I don't know a whole lot of people in this area that are really into that. There's a lot of them on the internet, but as far as my associates and the people in my community, that's not really what they've been asking for. The other thing that is much more popular around South Florida is Wicca, and I'd like to discuss that. Wicca is its own religion under the umbrella of pagan beliefs. There are a lot of pagan beliefs that have to do with connecting with nature and that have to do with earth magic and connecting with the elemental forces. This does not necessarily have to do with Wicca, the religion of Wicca. The religion of Wicca is a belief in the goddess and the god. The goddess is the moon goddess, and the god would be the horned god, or the green leafy faced guy called the Green Man, who runs around the forest, the spirit of the forest. They also do ritualistic energy harvesting, and they have their own holidays around the basically around the seasons, based on the seasons. There's harvest festivals. I believe there's 3 harvest festivals. Also there's Yule, which is more of a purification ceremony around Christmas time. Imbolc around February is another purification. And then there's also fertility festivals. May Day developed from some of these Wiccan festivals, and that is one very popular branch of modern day magic, magical working, spell working, invoking spirits and such. Another one that is very popular here in South Florida is the Native American sacred medicine, and I'd like to take some time to talk about the energy healing of the sacred medicine men. They believe in the spirit of the wind, and they believe in Native Americans believe in sigil magic, which is also found in like voodoo. Voodoo uses sigil magic, which is the drawing of symbols to appease the spirits or the ancestors, or to invoke them, to honor them. Also, the Native Americans use sigil magic. There is a Native American symbol for the wind, which is the shape of a diamond. It is got four sides: balance, unity, eternity, and freedom are the four sides of the sigil for the wind spirit, according to the Inuit Indians. They believe that this can enable them to better understand the weather, better understand omens, better understand prophetic dreams. They believe there's a spirit in all things, animate and inanimate. And the Native Americans, their main spiritual goal is to live in harmony with the universe and to go with the flows of the energies of the universe. And their life is based around a sustainable model, and that's very important to the Native American sacred medicine. Another aspect of different forms of magic would be alchemy. There are people who are straight up alchemists. There are three branches of work in alchemy. This is more of a super perception and a manipulation of elements and elemental forces. Alchemy looks into the Philosopher's Stone, the Anarchist Stone, and finding the elixir of life. The Philosopher's Stone is something that will turn lead into gold. However, we now know it takes two neutron stars colliding to form gold, and that's probably not going to happen. The Anarchist Stone is a stone that is supposed to enable the communication with spirits. And where the Anarchist Stone went, or what it is, and who has it, has long been forgotten in history. I do not really foresee much happening in that regard. The one thing that I find fascinating about alchemy is the elixir of life, or searching for the elixir of life. They could perhaps make one immortal. This fascinates me, and I do believe that with I believe they're called the killer T cells that are cancer attacking cells, and scientific discoveries like that. This makes me think that scientists and doctors are in a way alchemists, and they practice a form of magic that on our level of understanding doesn't seem like magic. But to a primitive person, being able to heal somebody of an infection is magical. That's what their medicine men did. And we do that quite often now and take it for granted. So I do believe that there's a lot more magical workings in our world, especially related to healing and health, that tend to be overlooked because they are a bit simplistic. There's another branch of magic called chaos magic, and I really believe I'm a chaos witch or a chaos magician. There are 6 guiding principles of this. It started in the 70s, but it's become a lot more popular thanks to the internet nowadays. The principles of chaos magic are: 1, the avoidance of dogma. What works in the moment is best, basically. 2, prize personal experience over the written works. You can read a spell in a book, but if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work. You know, you need things that work in your life and actually work, can be actually applied in your life. Number 3, technical excellence. Keep good records. When you do spells and practice rituals and stuff, keep your book of shadows up to date. Write down all your experiments with spells and all the conditions and herbs involved, and you should keep a record of things like that. 4 is deconditioning. This has to do with the deconstruction of the ego blocks that block us from things that maybe as a child we were told were taboo, or things that were unacceptable to our parental outlook. And now that we're grown adults, we can do whatever we want, but we still tend to be conditioned by that. So the deconditioning is a breaking down of that dogma. And a lot of it involves what's called shadow work, which is a healing and a self-development It's very important, and I hope to make more videos about shadow work. It's a very important part of becoming clear and becoming a real conduit of energy without any blocks. Number 5 is have diverse approaches. It's okay to find out what works and to try new things and take what you want and leave the rest. When I studied alchemy, I decided the Philosopher's Stone is a waste of time because it takes 2 neutron stars to make gold, so why search for that, because it's not going to happen. And the Anarchist Stone is long lost. Somebody's got it somewhere, but who knows where. So, you know, it's okay to say, oh, I'm not going to worry about those things, because really it's only the elixir of life that seems practical to me. You know, and I think each person has to find that level where they're comfortable. The third thing is, the 6th thing is gnosis, which is also knowledge. And this is the knowledge of what happens when we manipulate our energies. This is what the knowledge of what happens when we manipulate physical materials and elements and substances. The knowledge of what other people have done before us. This is a very important part to adapt to a particular thing enough to learn it, but not necessarily to incorporate it completely in your life and let it take over. There has to be a balance, and chaos magic is all about finding that balance of what works, what doesn't, and feeling free to move on to something else if something's not working for you. And I really believe in that a lot. It's more, chaos magic is about real life application. And then there is astrology. Now, astrology is a big topic, very popular in South Florida, very popular on the internet. Part of astrology is actually the divination of looking at the stars and, say, looking at the cycles of Venus and Saturn and aligning your life according to those cycles tends to make energies flow better, and that is one way that it can be used. Also, there is another type of divination called tarot cards, which relates back to Kabbalah in a way. Kabbalah is much, much, much older. Kabbalah is the study of the Jewish tree of life. In about the 14th century, when I've done research, that's about the earliest deck of tarot I've come across information on. Around the 14th century, in the Renaissance, they developed these card games, and one took on a form of the tarot cards, and it became very popular. And it wasn't until much, much later, several centuries later, they discovered that the trump cards are very related to the paths between the Sephiroths on the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life is made up of 10 Sephiroths, which are circles, and in between each circle is a pathway. And the 21 trump cards of the tarot line up amazingly well with the 21 paths between the Sephiroths. And there's been a lot of study on that. But the tarot cards basically are used for divination. A querent can ask a question and do a spread. And an amazing amount of information can be drawn. The cards are designed around archetypes and symbolism, so that there's a wide range of interpretation. When you have a spread, you're basically describing a narrative that involves all of these archetypes and all of these symbols and situations that are in the cards, and it's up to the intuition of the reader to combine all that into a narrative that makes sense to the querent. Also, another thing I'd like to bring up about going back to Wicca. Wicca is its own religion, and I discussed that a little bit, but I wanted to discuss it a little bit further in that there's a very interesting concept to do with pagan beliefs. Pagan beliefs are the beliefs of natural magic and connecting with the earth and living sustainably and living in harmony with nature. And Wicca is a part of that as its own little religion. There are a lot of people that are pagan that believe in nature and nature magic but are not Wiccan. They're not of that religion. They just believe in the pagan beliefs and the pagan holidays. And one thing that is a very pagan concept is the 4 indispensable conditions of the witch's pyramid. The base of the pyramid is a square. The bottom corners are to will, to dare, to know, and to be silent. And at the very top of the pyramid is to go. And these are, this is a very good concept for meditation, for preparing yourself to do spell work. It's very important to understand how these interrelate with each other when you are invocating different things and when you're trying to be a healer or an energy worker. So that is a very important part of blending energies and knowing how to carry yourself and how to exist in this world, like not really a set of rules or a set of parameters, but kind of like a basic belief system. The Witch's Pyramid has been around for a while, and it's becoming more and more popular because it's very easy to understand and it's very easy to incorporate into ritual, into spell work and things like that. Another type of magical working is the idea of karma, the idea of Taoism, finding the middle way, the easy way, and there are people that believe that once you become enlightened to a certain level above the ordinary, things in your life can move along very rapidly and very quickly and harmoniously, and it moves along better and smoother and faster than you might have imagined on your own without that kind of understanding and that kind of enlightenment. And that's the church bells going off. It must be noon. They sound beautiful. I didn't realize it was getting to be lunchtime. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back and see more of my videos. You can always find them on my YouTube channel, Crosspotent. I also have Twitter at Crosspotent, and I have my online store up and running. You have to go up to the address bar at the very top, type in http://crosspotent.com, type in that whole address in that address bar, and you should be able to find the store. And until we see each other again, have a good one.